My child, listen to me closely. Pause whatever you are doing and let your heart be still for a moment. This is not a random message, and this is not by accident. I looked at your progress, and honestly, I am speechless. Not because you were perfect, but because you kept going when it would have been easier to stop. I need you to hear this now, because if you scroll past this, you might miss the very confirmation you have been asking me for in quiet moments. I have been watching you. Not from far away, not distracted, not uninterested. I have seen the nights when you doubted yourself, when you questioned whether any of this mattered. I saw you wake up tired and still choose to try again. I saw you hold your tongue when you wanted to react, and take a step forward when fear told you to stay where you were. And as I looked at the distance you've covered, even with shaky steps, my heart paused. You may not feel proud of yourself. You may still be focused on what isn't finished, on what still hurts, on how far you think you still have to go. But I am asking you right now to stop looking at yourself through the lens of disappointment. Look through my eyes for a moment. I am not measuring you by speed. I am not comparing you to anyone else. I am looking at faith that refused to die. This message matters now because you are standing at a quiet turning point. You are closer than you think, but discouragement has been trying to blind you. That is why I am speaking with urgency and tenderness at the same time. I don't want you to miss what I am about to reveal to you in the next moments. Stay with me. Don't skip ahead. Let this sink deep into your spirit. If this is touching your heart already, don't keep it to yourself. Like this message as a simple act of agreement. Share it with 3 people who may feel unseen right now. Leave a comment and tell me what you're feeling as you listen, because your words matter more than you know. And stay connected, because I am not done speaking to you. I know you didn't wake up today expecting encouragement. You may have been bracing yourself for another ordinary moment, another quiet fight. But I interrupted your routine on purpose. I wanted you to hear me say this clearly before doubt speaks again. I looked at your progress, the growth that happened while you were just trying to survive, the strength that formed while you were simply being faithful. And for a moment, even heaven leaned in. Stay here with me, my child. This is only the beginning of what I want you to understand. My child, I need you to understand something deeply, because this is where many hearts begin to doubt. You often thought no one noticed. You assumed that because there was no applause, no recognition, no sudden breakthrough, that your effort was invisible. But I was there. I was present in every quiet moment you endured. I saw what you carried without telling anyone. I noticed the strength it took just to show up when your heart felt heavy. I saw you when you sat alone with your thoughts, trying to make sense of what you were feeling. I heard the prayers you didn't even know how to finish. The ones that came out as sighs, tears or silence. You wondered if I heard you then. You questioned whether your waiting meant I had forgotten you. But I never looked away. Not once. I recognized the courage it took for you to keep choosing what was right, even when it cost you comfort. I saw you resist old habits that once felt familiar. I saw you walk away from conversations that drained you, even though loneliness followed for a while. I noticed every time you decided to trust me instead of giving in to fear. Those choices mattered more than you realize. You may think your progress has been small, almost unnoticeable. But I don't overlook small beginnings. I don't ignore hidden faithfulness. I saw you grow in ways no one else could measure. Your patience stretched. Your heart softened. Your discernment sharpened. These changes didn't happen overnight, and they weren't meant to impress people. They were meant to prepare you. I know there were moments you felt misunderstood. Times when you wanted to explain yourself, to defend your heart, to be seen clearly. But instead you stayed quiet. You trusted me with your reputation. You trusted me with the outcome. That kind of surrender does not go unseen. I recognized it. I honored it. You didn't always feel strong. In fact, many days you felt the opposite. Yet you still showed kindness when you were tired. You still held on to hope when discouragement whispered loudly. You still believed there had to be more, even when you couldn't see it. That is faith, my child. Not the loud kind, but the kind that endures. I want you to hear this clearly. You were never forgotten in the waiting. You were never overlooked in the process. I was shaping you while you thought nothing was happening. I was steadying you while you felt unsure. I was strengthening you in places you didn't even know were weak. Let this settle in your heart. You are seen. Fully. Completely. I recognize your journey, not just the outcome. I honor your perseverance, not just your success. And as we move forward together, I want you to remember this truth whenever doubt tries to rise again. I have always been aware of you, my child, and I always will be. My child, now I want to reveal something to you that will change the way you see your journey. You have been measuring your progress by what you can see on the surface. You look for big changes, clear signs, loud victories. And because those didn't always appear, you assumed you were standing still. But the truth is, the most important growth in your life did not happen where eyes could see it. It happened deep within you, where roots form before fruit ever appears. You believed progress meant everything would feel easier by now. The faith would remove all resistance, all doubt, all struggle. But I never promised a path without tension. I promised transformation. And transformation often feels slow because it happens layer by layer. While you were waiting for circumstances to shift, I was reshaping your heart. While you were asking me to change what was around you, I was strengthening what was within you. Here is the truth you need to hear. Progress is not proven by speed, but by direction. You are not who you used to be. You don't react the same way. You don't think the same thoughts. You don't tolerate the same things that once pulled you away from me. That is not accidental. That is evidence of growth. You may still stumble, but you don't stay down the way you once did. You recover faster. You pray sooner. You reach for me instead of running away. I also need to gently correct a misunderstanding. You thought progress meant becoming flawless. But that was never my goal. My desire has always been intimacy, not perfection. I am not impressed by performance. I am moved by surrender. Every time you chose honesty over hiding, every time you brought your weakness to me instead of pretending you were fine, that was progress. Real progress. You have been faithful in moments no one applauded. You kept going even when motivation faded. That consistency has been building something strong in you. You didn't see it forming, but I did. Just as a seed grows underground long before breaking through the soil, your faith has been developing in unseen places. And because of that, what comes next will be able to stand. This is why I am speechless when I look at your progress. Not because you reached a finish line, but because you didn't quit in the middle. You allowed me to work on you when it was uncomfortable. You stayed open when closing your heart would have been easier. That kind of growth is rare, and it is precious to me. I want you to stop discrediting what I have done in you. Stop telling yourself it doesn't count because it didn't happen the way you expected. What I build slowly, I build to last. And what I am forming in you right now is deeper, stronger, and more meaningful than you realize. Let this truth settle into your spirit, my child. Your progress is real. Your growth is genuine. And what I am doing in you is preparing you for more than you can see at this moment. My child, because I love you deeply, I must speak to you with honesty now. This is not a rebuke meant to wound you, but a correction meant to protect what I have been growing in you. As you move forward, there is a quiet danger you must be aware of. It is the temptation to minimize your growth, to dismiss it as insignificant, or to abandon it because it does not look the way you imagined it would. Be careful not to return to old patterns simply because they feel familiar. Familiar does not mean safe, and comfort does not always mean peace. You have outgrown certain places, habits, and mindsets, even if part of you still feels drawn to them. Do not confuse nostalgia with calling. I did not bring you this far to lead you back to what once weakened you. I also need you to guard your heart against comparison. When you measure your journey against someone else's, you risk missing the beauty of your own. Their pace is not your pace. Their path is not your assignment. Comparison will quietly drain your gratitude and distort your vision. It will make you question what I have clearly been building in you. Do not let it steal your joy or your focus. Another warning I must give you is this: do not rush me. You have learned patience, but impatience still tries to whisper to you. It tells you that if things don't happen soon, they may never happen at all. That voice is not from me. I work with intention, not anxiety. If you push ahead without me, you may arrive quickly but unprepared. What I am preparing requires depth, not haste. I also ask you not to grow careless with your spiritual life just because you feel stronger now. Strength does not mean independence from me. In fact, the more you grow, the more you must stay close. Stay rooted in prayer. Stay honest with me. Stay teachable. Pride can enter quietly, convincing you that you can handle things on your own. But I never designed you to walk alone. There will be moments ahead where you feel tempted to settle, to say, "This is good enough," even when you know I have called you higher. Settling may feel peaceful at first, but it will eventually leave you restless. I placed holy desires in your heart for a reason. Do not silence them out of fear or fatigue. Hear me clearly, my child. I am not disappointed in you. I am invested in you. That is why I speak with clarity now. I want you to protect what has been formed in you through prayer, obedience, and trust. Guard your growth. Respect the process. Stay aligned with me even when the road ahead feels uncertain. If you listen and adjust where needed, you will continue to grow without losing what you've gained. I am guiding you, correcting you, and walking with you. Trust my direction. It is always rooted in love. My child, now let me speak strength into the places where you still feel unsure. I know there are moments when you look at yourself and wonder if you are truly changing, if you are truly becoming stronger. You notice what still hurts. You notice what still challenges you. But you forget to notice what no longer controls you. You forget how much you have already overcome. You are stronger than you think, not because life became easy, but because you learned how to endure without losing your heart. The things that once shattered you now only slow you down for a moment. The words that once defined you no longer have the same power. The fear that once ruled your decisions now has to fight for your attention. That is strength, even if it doesn't always feel like it. I have been building resilience in you quietly. Every time you got back up after disappointment, something solid formed inside you. Every time you chose patience instead of panic, endurance grew. Every time you trusted me through uncertainty, your faith gained weight. You didn't see these changes happening, but they were taking root with every step you took forward. I know you sometimes feel tired of being strong. You wish you didn't have to carry so much. You long for rest that feels deep and complete. Hear me now. I am not asking you to carry this alone. Strength does not mean doing everything by yourself. True strength is knowing when to lean on me, and you have learned how to do that even on days when you feel weak. Do not let weariness convince you that you are failing. Weariness is often a sign that you have been faithful for a long time. I see your effort. I see how you keep choosing love, even when bitterness would be easier. I see how you keep believing, even when answers take time. That persistence is shaping you into someone who can handle what is ahead. You are not fragile, even if you feel tender. You are not broken, even if you feel stretched. You are being strengthened from the inside out. I am reinforcing your character, steadying your emotions, and grounding your identity in me. What I am forming in you cannot be shaken easily, because it is built on truth, not feelings. Lift your head, my child. Take a deep breath. You have survived seasons you once thought would destroy you. You have walked through moments you never imagined you'd get through. And here you are, still standing, still hoping, still open to me. That is not an accident. That is evidence of the strength I have been growing in you all along. I am proud of the way you keep going, even when no one sees how hard it is. I am near you, supplying you with fresh strength day by day. You do not have to prove anything to me. You simply need to keep walking with me. And as you do, you will continue to discover that you are far stronger than you ever believed. My child, now I want to speak promise over you, because you need to know where all of this is leading. I am not shaping you without purpose, and I am not allowing this season without intention. What I began in you was never meant to remain unfinished. I am faithful, and I do not abandon what my hands have started. There were moments you wondered if the waiting meant delay or denial. You questioned whether time passing meant opportunity slipping away. But hear me clearly now. Waiting has not been wasted. Every pause, every stretch of uncertainty, every season where nothing seemed to move was doing more than you could see. I was aligning you, preparing you, and protecting you from stepping into things before you were ready. I promise you this, my child. I am working even when you cannot feel it. I am arranging details you are not aware of. I am opening doors at the right moment, not the rushed one. Timing matters to me, because what I have prepared for you requires maturity, wisdom, and trust. And you have been growing in all three. You may still feel unsure about what comes next. You may wish I would reveal everything at once. But I promise to guide you step by step. I will never ask you to walk where my presence has not already gone ahead of you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where I can work with you. I also promise you peace, not the kind that depends on circumstances, but the kind that steadies your heart even when questions remain. That peace will guard you from panic and keep you anchored when emotions rise. It will remind you that you are held, guided, and loved, no matter what season you are in. Trust me with what you cannot control. I am more attentive than you realize. I see the desires you haven't spoken out loud. I know the hopes you are afraid to name because you don't want to be disappointed again. Bring them to me. I am gentle with fragile dreams, and I am careful with tender hearts. I promise that obedience will not lead you into loss. It may lead you through discomfort, but never into harm. What you surrender to me, I restore in the right form and at the right time. What you release in faith, I replace with something stronger and more lasting. My child, you are safe in my hands. The future does not depend on your perfection, but on your willingness to trust me. And you have already shown me that even when it was hard. Hold on to this assurance. I am with you, I am for you, and I am bringing you forward with care. Rest in this promise. I am not finished with you. What I have spoken over your life will come to pass, and when it does, you will see that every step, every weight, and every quiet act of faith had meaning. My child, now we come to a moment of decision. Not a loud one, not rushed, but a holy pause where you choose what you will believe and how you will move forward. You have heard my voice. You have felt truth settle in your spirit. Now I ask you to respond, not with perfection, but with trust. There is a choice before you. You can continue listening to the old voices that tell you you're not ready, not enough, or still behind. Or you can choose to believe me when I say you are growing, you are becoming, and you are being guided. Faith is not passive. It is an active decision to agree with me, even when your emotions hesitate. I am asking you to step into agreement with what I have spoken over you. Agreement does not mean you have no questions. It means you bring your questions to me instead of letting them lead you. It means you stop disqualifying yourself before I ever have. It means you take the next step I place in front of you, even if it feels small. There is something I am inviting you to release right now. It may be fear. It may be guilt from your past. It may be the need to control outcomes or protect yourself from disappointment. Whatever it is, you know what has been weighing on you. I am asking you to place it in my hands. Not later. Not when you feel stronger. Now. This is also a moment to choose trust over familiarity. You may not fully know where I am leading you, but you know who is leading you. I will not rush you, but I will not leave you stagnant either. Growth requires movement. Movement requires courage. And courage is already stirring within you. I want you to talk to me honestly after this moment. Not with rehearsed words, but with truth. Tell me where you are afraid. Tell me where you feel unsure. Tell me where you are ready. Prayer is not about saying the right thing. It is about opening your heart and letting me meet you there. You do not need to wait for a sign to begin trusting me more deeply. This is the sign. The stirring you feel, this clarity settling in, this quiet strength rising in you, that is me calling you forward. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to walk with me intentionally. Choose today to believe that your progress matters. Choose to align your actions with faith, even in small ways. Choose to speak differently to yourself. Choose to expect my presence instead of anticipating disappointment. These choices shape your future more than you realize. I am with you in this moment. I am not watching from a distance, waiting to see if you fail. I am beside you, ready to guide each step. As you choose faith, you will feel new peace. As you choose trust, you will feel new strength. And as you choose to walk with me, you will find that you were never walking alone at all. Take this moment, my child. Let your heart say yes, even if your voice trembles. I will meet you there. My child, now let me gently bring your heart to rest. You have listened. You have received. You have allowed truth to reach places that were tired, guarded, and unsure. And I want you to leave this moment not stirred with pressure, but settled in peace. Nothing you heard was meant to overwhelm you. It was meant to remind you who you are and whose hands you are in. I looked at your progress, and I was speechless not because you arrived, but because you endured. You kept walking when you felt unseen. You kept trusting when answers were slow. You kept choosing light even when shadows tried to follow you. That matters. It has always mattered to me. And it still does. You don't need to rush away from this feeling. Let it stay with you. Let it quiet the noise that usually fills your thoughts. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are becoming. And becoming takes time, patience, and grace, all of which I am generously giving you. As you move forward from here, I want you to carry one simple truth with you. I am pleased with your obedience, even when it felt small. I am near you in your uncertainty. I am guiding you with care. You do not need to strive for my approval. You already have my love. There is peace available to you right now. Not the kind that pretends everything is perfect, but the kind that trusts me even when things are still unfolding. Breathe deeply. Release what you've been holding too tightly. You don't have to figure out the whole future today. You only need to walk with me into the next moment. Your future is not fragile. It is held. I am already there, preparing what you cannot yet see. And when the time comes, you will recognize my faithfulness and understand why the season shaped you the way it did. Until then, you can rest knowing that nothing was wasted. If this message has brought comfort to your heart, respond to it. Like this video as a quiet yes in your spirit. Comment and tell me what part spoke to you most, because your voice matters here. Share this message with 3 people who may feel unseen or discouraged, because what I spoke to you may be the reassurance they are waiting for. And stay connected, because I will continue to speak life, truth, and direction into your journey. And I'll go gently, my child. Carry peace with you. Walk without fear. Trust without rushing. I'm with you when you wake, when you rest, and when you wonder. And whenever doubt tries to return, remember this moment. I saw your progress. I honored your faithfulness. And I am leading you forward with love. Rest now. I got you.